Instagrammers, how are we all doing? All right, how are we all doing on the old Facebooking? Need a little bit of hand cream on the situation. All right, we've got signal, we've got good strong Wi-Fi, we are good to go. Checking out the uniforms today. Oh yes, back in the game. All right then, so off we go. We're talking about confidence today. Confidence. It's a hard one. Now, even though I seem like I'm all this online, the older I've become, the more I have started to take a step back. I'm the sort of person that's always been full of energy. I'm always the sort of person that has always wanted to jump in feet first, help everybody, deal with the consequences later. And as I've got older, that's been slowly trampled on. Do you know what I mean? Slowly destroyed, because that's not the way we do things in the matrix. That's not the way we do things in the system. We have to have qualifications. We have to have people telling us what to do, because human beings, you know, we can't be left to our own devices too much. We are unable to be left to our own devices because all hell breaks loose. So the science of getting rich says, don't hate the system to a level that we need some kind of authority. We need rules and regulations, because you can imagine it'd be anarchy, you know what I mean? However, in England, we're in a democracy, sort of. We won't go there. However, the human being is always out for itself, and we have to remember that. When you are taking on this entrepreneurial journey, when you are trying to change your life, when you are trying to build up your own business, remember, entrepreneurship is very different to building your own business. Entrepreneurship, you are solving a problem for somebody or something that isn't there. You are naturally a nutcase. You're completely out of the ordinary. You step away from the matrix. You step away from the crowd, as opposed to having your own business is effing easy, because you are implementing a process that you already know, that's already there, what the situation is in a market of maybe oversaturation, if there is such a thing, and you're trying to slot in. But if you're trying to break the norm, you're trying to be category of one, like people like myself, it's hard work. And if you aren't willing to work on yourself, which is what the burnout retreat is once a month for all you amazing entrepreneurs out there, jump in, come and join me. I teach you what these habits are. Now, I'm going to publish on the Facebook page again. Instagrammers, click the link in the bio to get on. All right. But for you lot here on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, you're going to have the link to jump onto Forbes magazine. And there was a brilliant article in there last night about how the 7-figure CEO lives. Okay. Now, I've been brought up with people earning that amount of money on a regular basis. Then I'm not afraid to tell you, I watch them lose it all. And that has been a debilitating process in my confidence, as I am a born entrepreneur trying to bend space and time and over and beyond helping others without helping myself. Big problem. So let's turn on in ourselves today. Okay. Let's not be selfish, because that's not the case. They tell you in an aeroplane, as you've probably heard it many a times before, put the mask on yourself before you help everybody else. You cannot help anybody if you aren't sorted yourself. And I was teaching in another group that I have for my methodology that I teach female entrepreneurs, really, but men, if you want to jump in, you jump in. But it is very spiritual, and it's not for the faint-hearted. You know, you're completely stripping yourself back right from the beginning, and it uncovers a hell of a lot. And it's for those people that are ready to take that next step in their own self-worth. They've reached that 6-7 figure mark and something's still missing. And before you lose it all, because it is a thing, before you lose it all, you need to turn inwards, because it's you that's doing it, nobody else. It's you that's doing it. You're destroying yourself. And so this comes with confidence. Now, confidence is going to debilitate you and stop you from doing anything at all, or it is going to make you hungry and very, very successful. Okay. Our affirmations for today are: I am confident, I am bold, I am brave. And that's what we're going to do. Now, the first thing is, of course, all my programs and teachings are based around the fempreneur, the mumpreneur. But gentlemen, I understand a few of you have started to step in. And there's also a few leaders here that are in the religious sector. So if this is something that you don't agree with, be open, keep your opinions to yourself, because this is not from a religious perspective at all. But please just remember that this is a very open floor, no judgment. And if you wish to share something, just please make sure that there are other people's emotions, feelings, and well-being. All right. So the reason why I've said that is because we're going to talk about the naked attraction. All right. And the reason why we're going to talk about that is because it needs to be spoken about. I was on a call this week to the amazing Lilith Speak podcast, and we were talking about sexuality. We were talking about how we start to find ourselves and how that changes over time. And of course, how we see ourselves as a physical being, the naked attraction. This is a huge, huge big deal when you cross that 35, 40 mark. 35 years for women, around the 40-year, 42, 44-year mark for men. They're a little bit slower, but that's okay. So the reason why I just pointed out that message just before I started going into this is because a lot of this is based around women and body image. But gentlemen, you suffer with it as well, and I understand that. So please, again, be respectful and open as I enter this conversation. Pardon the pun. So, naked attraction, what is it? Well, we're not going to go on about the film. However, it's about the attraction to yourself. How much do you love yourself? How much are you willing to spend time with yourself? Now, I used to hate anything to do with, even the dog's walked out now, she even feels awkward. I used to hate anything to do with spirituality, because I used to, and the sort of naked attraction, the sexual orientation of the human species. And I used to cringe every time I used to hear people talking about it. But that was because I've got my own past. I've got my own issues. I had my own issues with that. But when this almighty power came over me and I was going through another layer of self-healing, this changed. The paradigm changed for me and the way I saw my body. Now, as you well know, I'm a personal trainer, a fitness coach, a nutritionist coach. Hit me up if you need any help. I absolutely am up there with knowledge, because it's my life. It's everything that I've wanted ever to do. Fitness keeps me sane, it keeps me grounded, and if I was to be labelled with anything, ADHD and every single mental disorder on the planet, it keeps everything it keeps everything on a level, you know. And my fitness is pretty hard going. I'm an aspiring bodybuilder, and so to be half naked and stand in front of a mirror and in front of people is what I have been doing for a very long time. Now, I used to do it because I didn't have any confidence. Does that make sense? I used to take that level of accepting myself because I wanted to show off the ego, the peacock. We've all been there, haven't we? That idiot that turns up in the gym with a belly top on, you know, or a tank top, and they've actually got nothing to show for it. Now, that's confidence. You know what I mean? There's also women that are so confident, they don't care what they wear or what they look like, they just own it. And that's equally amazing. Another thing I used to find is I never used to look after myself. I never used to spend any money on myself. Typical mum, typical woman, typical abuse victim. I was always seeing myself as the victim. Sometimes we can slip into that, let's not lie. And I never used to think of myself any better than what I was when I was being exploited, when I was working in the sex game and all of that situation. I never saw myself as anything but, because it's a very, very deep emotional situation that you just don't see an end to it at that time. You know, I've always had a huge problem in my relationship with money. And believe it or not, it all comes from confidence. Now, the first thing and the first hack is, number one, how long can you spend time with yourself for? Just sitting in complete silence. The other hack is, can you honestly, ladies, this one's for you really, because men are completely different in their makeup. But for women, especially if you've had the kids, are you able to stand naked in front of the mirror and tell yourself what you love about yourself? Are you able to walk around your own bedroom without feeling guilty or horrible whilst you're getting dressed? Do you put creams on? You know, or do you save these really nice luxury items for a rainy day, your birthday or Christmas? You know, how many times have we saved a bottle of perfume? We got it bought for us 3 years ago and it's our posh one, you know, and we only use it on special occasions. I don't even do that anymore. I'm like, I mean, I borrow my kids because I've run out myself at the minute, but I just whack it on. Just use it. Use the creams, use the perfumes. So how much can you spend time with yourself? Hack one. Hack two, how often can you actually be by yourself, pottering around in your bedroom, tidying yourself up and allowing yourself that time to be with yourself, whether that's naked or standing in front of the mirror naked or even with your underwear on, really pointing out the parts that you love about your body. Now, I've been working in the weight loss industry for like 100 million years. And every single client I have ever had over all the years I've been teaching and coaching, it is the issue that they want results like tomorrow, yes, but it's because they can't stand the skin that they're in. They hate it. They hate where they are with their life. They hate where they're standing. They don't like their skin. They don't like what's looking back at them. But because of lack of confidence, it's got nothing to do with the exercise and it's got nothing to do with the nutrition at this point, they have no confidence in themselves whatsoever. Now, the question is that you? So, hack number 3, you're going to use all your creams. You're going to use your perfumes. You're going to set that time from what we learned yesterday. We're going to block those times out with your daily routine, your daily schedule, to give yourself that extra hour for yourself. Now, I always say to my lovely ladies, you should be able to give yourself 2 hours a day. Number one, that's your power hour, your meditation, your writing processes, setting your intentions for the day. Okay. And then another hour is your exercise, your stretching, your conditioning. It might well be that you don't tend to take as much exercise because you're a different body type, but you want to prep your food. You use it to get yourself prepared for the next day. You need to logically think, and it's 2 hours a day on you. And if you are running this multi 5, 6, 7-figure business, then you need to seriously consider the time you're spending with yourself. Because if it is 0, you are not going to get anywhere. Now, who am I to talk about this? I'm going to tell you a little story. All right. Now, it comes from a very, very close member of the circle. You know, I don't use the word family because we are that I am. And a very, very close member of the circle. I won't state what position it was in, but it was a he. And he would be incredibly powerful in the choices that he made. And a lot of them, over time, were completely debilitating his growth. Now, with that, he was well aware that spending time on himself, by himself, was very, very important. But he lumbered himself with a family and mortgage and bills and all sorts of things, all things. Okay. And he also wanted to become a world champion of some kind. And he was very, very good at what he did. And he ended up having a really, really good talent for judo. And he went in and he did judo and he became a world champion, as well as running his own business and as well as having the kids and as well as having the regular 6-7 figures, sometimes would make it in a day, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal. But slowly it came crashing down, piece by piece by piece by piece. And from a very, very young age, I watched it. I watched what it did to him mentally. I watched what it did to the rest of the circle. And I remember what it did to the whole entire existence for the generations to come, because of living in the ego due to lack of confidence. To living in the ego, acting in lack of confidence. Everything was about his past trauma as a child, trying to please his father, that he was not focused on the winning aspect of his own soul. An incredibly intuitive being. That's where I get all my powers from. Incredibly powerful, an amazing, at times, person, an all-round being. Had second thoughts over on the other side, as sometimes we connect quite regularly, have much better conversations now. However, the lack of confidence within what he was doing and the choices he was making was so lacking in love for himself. He got deeper and deeper and deeper into that trouble. So he was not confident, he was not brave, and he was not bold. He was acting out through the ego. Okay? So when that happens, and if this is you, you have reached all your goals, success, 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 but the stress, the pain, the suffering, the lack of self-awareness, you have no idea who you are anymore. And so what happens is, it's like a veil, you know, like in Star Trek when Spock used to go off and it used to come down, this veil of energy, that's what happens. And this is where being naked in front of the mirror, that naked attraction, gives you the confidence now, because you are standing there in all of yourself, in all of your glory. I am that I am. Moses said by the burning bush, "Who are you? What are you?" The bush replies, "I am that I am," the Moses code. Incredibly powerful. You go out walking, okay? You see yourself in the mirror. You've tidied yourself up for the day. Regardless of who and what you think you are, we are all human beings. We have flesh, we have blood, we have muscles, bones, hair, whatever. Some of us have some stuff missing. Some of it doesn't work. Some of it causes pain. That's okay, because that's you. When you understand that you are that you are, I am that I am, in all your glory, there is nothing more you can give. That's it. So number 4 and 5 is, I am that I am. There is nothing more to give. I cannot give you any more. And if you are in the service-based industry, within the coaching industry, and you are coaching through a service, you can only give what you give. You can't give any more than that. Speaking from experience, #true story. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on now from the naked attraction, your 5 hacks. We're going on to the 2 power habits. What does that mean? Okay, so when we are looking at this high-end life, people are obsessed with it. People have always been obsessed with money, been obsessed with climbing the ladder. How do I get there? I want it all, and I want it all now. The first thing people tend to forget is you've already got it. I've struggled with this even recently. We go back to that self-pity party. We lack in the confidence. We don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror because we're embarrassed, we're angry, we're pissed off. All right. So we're going to step out of that. We are bold. We are confident. We are brave. All right. Big smiles, hair, makeup done, girls and gents, of course, if you fancy it. All right. Best clothes on, and you're going to own your day. Even if all you've got to do today is your housework, all you've got to do today is go shopping, you're going to own your day. You're not going to put your tracksuit bottoms and trainers on. You're going to put your dress on. You're going to put your shoes on. You're going to do whatever it is you want to do. I am that I am. Now, your 2 high performance habits when this happens is turn up. Yeah, that's it. Turn up. Now, let's not go there about what we can do spiritually and holistically. This is it. I am that I am. Working through confidence is hardcore shit. You know what I'm saying? It is hard. Like, you are seeing yourself in all your glory. You know, you might need a little Hollywood wax there. You might need to go down the salon and sort the old brows out. Fine. I am that I am. Stop stripping yourself bare. But you need to turn up. You need to turn up. How am I going to turn up today? How am I going to show myself today? Because when you're I'm a fucking expert in it. Trust me. You know what I mean? I went from up here yesterday morning to appointment cancellation to the point I got to the end of the day. All my sales calls, no. Do you know why? Because the sales calls I'm taking, I'm saying, no, I'm not ready for that right now. No, I don't fancy any of that right now. I'm not in a place to buy that right now. I don't want to invest in that right now. What are you going to get back? Oh, yeah. Your customers are going to start telling you, no. That's what's going to happen. And even though I might be a spiritual teacher and I've been in the quantum field for millions of years, trust me, darling, we're all learning something. You know what I mean? We're all learning something, and every single day is a lesson. Don't ever think that you know what you're doing, because it is completely out of your control. You have no fucking idea what is going to happen next. Whether you're psychic or not, it can change like that. You have no right in controlling when somebody is born and when somebody dies. Absolutely not. And that's the most painful, hurtful thing in humanity. You've just given birth to a stillborn after 9 months. Devastating. Your son may have had a serious accident. Somebody you know may have committed suicide. They honestly were not in control of their own time. And as powerful and as present as I am here today, we're not doing grief coaching. However, we are in confidence. We are being bold. We are being brave. Okay. I am that I am. I am here. I am here for you. I have to share with you that we are out of control. We have no idea what's coming next. And do you know why that is? Because we are all in our own channel of vibration, and we are all that we are. Hence why the naked attraction stand in front of the mirror. Treat yourself, bit of self-respect. You have nothing left to give. You have your own channel. You have your own vibration. Thank you. I've got spirit here everywhere now. I've got an audience. Hello. You are that you are, and you have been created, regardless of what's happened to you. You have been created for the reason you have been created, to do the job you need to do. There is no changing it. Oh, that sounds so liberating. Oh, there is no changing it. There's no changing your body. Go and get your Botox if you want it. Go and have your eyebrows microbladed. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for it. I love a beauty treatment. Hence why I'm a beauty therapist. Do you know what I mean? I love it. Give it all to me. You know, give me every steroid that's in the cupboard. I want to be big. I want to be bold. I want to be huge. I want my quads so big I can't get through the door. That's me. Do you know what I mean? However, we are that we are. We show up. We turn up in all our glory. They are your 2 power habits. It doesn't matter about life. It doesn't matter what happens. I am the number one at the door waiting for it to open to the self-pity party. What about me? Oh, but all my appointments cancelled. I've got no customers today. I've made no money. Went on and on and on to the point that I chucked my bleaching tracksuit on, walked down the shop with no socks on. My hay fever started. The dog was showing off. And it looked like I was the local homeless person looking for crack with my dog, that somebody stopped and turned around and said to me, "Excuse me, are you okay?" That's how rough I looked, girls. That's how rough I looked. Yeah. I was followed around the shop because they thought I was going to nick something. I went from looking like this in the morning, if you go and look at yesterday's live, to see me last night, I looked the pits. Why? Because I didn't follow what I'm teaching. I let my confidence drop. I let the ego come in and debilitate me. I let the day control me. I did not take control of the day. Carpe diem, that's what they say, don't they? Carpe diem. Own your shit. Get it together. Take a breath. Grab some cold water. Splash it on your face. Not every day is going to be perfect. But last night, after I went for my walk, I had a word with myself. I sorted myself out. I came back in. I didn't let it debilitate me like it used to when I used to be on my back in bed for days with depression. How am I going to kill myself today? What shall I do today? Oh, I better make that call to the insurance company and up the insurance. Do you know what I mean? It's awful. And other people don't want to hear it. And that's where we start to slip inside. But it's not the spiritual, it's the ego. You are feeding the ego, and you cannot. And if you do not understand what the ego is, the best way to understand the ego is Stranger Things. They couldn't have done it better for you. You've got the upsides. It's in Pirates of the Caribbean as well. The underworld. Again, it's in Greek mythology. Hades, the underworld. It's all there. You have to rise up. So if you want to understand the ego this weekend, it will resonate with you, because whoever created Stranger Things, and God bless them, because thank you so much for bringing this stuff out. People need to hear it. Okay. You may well resonate with certain things that are being said, visions and dreams, because those men, those people, women, men, sorry, whatever, have created that program for a reason, from images and visions downloaded from their higher source. And so you're going to feel and see and hear it too. All right. And if you've got a Vecna crawling around behind you, just like I've done over the last few days, as I've been actioning new things, the ego will keep you small. It will rip you bare. And if you don't have the tools in your box to step out and say, you can fuck off because I've had enough, we're doing this, this needs to be said, this is the power of the light and the darkness, then you are not going to get very far. And you're going to be chasing your tail, and you're going to be going round and around. And this is just isn't in business. This is in life as well. You're going to come back to the same motion, the same motion, the same motion over and over and over and over again. All right. So you've got your 5 hacks to a better confident you. Affirmations at the bottom, write them down. I am confident. I am bold. I am brave. Yes, you bloody are. All right. We have our 2 power habits. Turn up, show up, own your shit. How do I do that? Go back to your 5 hacks. How do I embrace the 5 hacks? Go back to yesterday and get your nutrition and sorted, your exercise plan sorted, your power hours sorted, and get to own your day. Don't let the day take you away. All right? Okay. You want the weekends off in your business? You got to work it, babe. Even if it isn't in your business, and you like to read and you like to sit in silence and you have your spiritual practices, it all needs taking care of, doesn't it? You need to sort the kids out. You need to take the dog for a walk. The housework needs doing. It all needs sorting out in order for you to cater for that time. Okay, good. Moving on then, let's go. What we got next? So we now have body confidence. You might say, well, we've already been through that, haven't we, in the naked attraction? No, we haven't, because this is what women do. So Women will buy something too small for them on purpose for them. I will get into that later on. I will fit into that later on. Let me tell you, you won't. You won't fit into that later on. It's not an insight that you're going to lose any weight. It's not an insight that you're going to change your life because you haven't changed the way you are. I am that I am. We lay it all out bare. So stop doing it. Body confidence is about, and self-love in these new movements is not about spending any money whatsoever. Believe it or not, the 7-figure earners, the 8-figure earners, they don't spend lots of money. It's all for show. Yeah. Real entrepreneurs talk about saving, reinvesting, which has got them where they are now. It's got nothing to do with buying all these amazing products. However, there is a place for supplementation. I'm queen. Place for products. Love it. Typical woman, typical Virgo. Love a cream, especially of the old Aphrodite's time. And also, there is a place for you to treat yourself. But when we're working through this confidence situation, it's the inner battle. So when we're talking about body confidence, can we just have a look at the wardrobe situation? First of all, are you wearing clothes that fit you properly? Are you? I doubt it. A lot of people have no idea what to wear, what suits them. They just go along with what the latest fashion is. And the way to do this is get involved with a bit of Gokwan, best man ever in the world. However, go and treat yourself to the Vogue magazine. Go and see what the biggest, most successful things are on the catwalk this season. Embrace yourself in that energetic field of, this is what other people are doing. Oh, okay. You might have a full-length pair of leggings and an outfit from the amazing Fabletics for the gym, but you might have amazing legs and you don't feel the cold, that you could wear cycling shorts all year round, some nice scrunch down socks, love, and some really cool trainers. And because of that upliftingness in the way you feel, you've accentuated certain parts of your body because you found out what you love about your body in your 5 hacks. You're thinking, do you know what? I look fucking brilliant. I love this outfit. Straight away, confidence. You become bold, you become brave, you become confident. All for yourself, turning up, showing up. The other thing that happens is, how do I want to look on my outer self? How do I want people to portray me? Now, I spoke to you about the makeup and the products. I never used to look like this. I never used to put any makeup on. I used to turn up on my lives and be like, they can accept me for who I am. You know, this is who I am. You can take it or leave it. And now I'm like, nah, because I was attracting the wrong people. Yeah. Those people that are asking you for your number, or asking you for a free reading, or asking you for free coaching sessions. And no. If you want to attract, like I said to you earlier, those people, you need to bring them to you through the energetic fields that are happening in the way you're showing up. So is your business and image about looking smart, being in uniform, having your hair done, being who you are? Is this what and who you are? You might not be, but it's up to you to show up and own it. And this is where everything comes in together. When you are buying your underwear, ladies, little hack, the French women always buy a size bigger than what they are in their knickers, thongs, things like that. Reason? Okay. Reason being, there's no digging in the skin. Girls, it does not look nice. Always buy your knickers a size bigger than what you are. Gentlemen, make sure you're packed in properly and you are wearing the appropriate underwear that fits you and keeps you comfortable. Okay? This confidence comes from these tiny little changes in what you do for the outset to help you build that confidence, that boldness, that braveness inside of you. If your budget is that you go to Tesco's and you buy your clothes from Tesco's, they're going to be ill fitting. But here's another hack: go and buy the trousers from Tesco because that's what you can afford. But think about how much is it going to be to tailor the trousers to suit me. Any model or any tailor or anybody that works for any kind of clothing range will tell you, oh, no, we just buy the cheapest of the cheap and then we tailor it in. My mother was amazing at it. The female side of the circle that I extend from, you know what I mean? She was amazing. She would go and buy a pair of trousers. That woman knew how to dress. She used to turn up and own her shit regardless of what was going on. She used to be my absolute idol. She used to be my role model. She was amazing. And she would have these amazing clothes and they would last her over and over and over again. And she'd have them tailored. She'd dry clean them. She'd look after them. When we're talking about this body confidence, it is how you dress, how you look, what you do. Oh, well, I can only afford shoes from Primark. Bullshit. You can absolutely afford second-hand shoes that are of a decent make, that are not breaking the way your feet are planted in the floor. They're not damaging your knees. They're not rubbing at your hips. Okay, we all love a bit of pre-marché, love, love, love. But if you are doing long journeys and long working hours, it's not the right sort of footwear to wear, is it? We need to think about our health. Again, self-respect, turning up, owning your shit. All these little things and all these little hacks make huge changes in your body confidence. Putting on a bit of moisturizer, putting on a bit of cream. I go to this health club. I changed where we were keeping fit. I changed where we wanted to go, okay, as a family. And so with that, we decided we were going to go and join this health club, or I did. And I was like, no, I need to get out of here. I'm sick and tired of using the local leisure centre and all of that. We need to move on. And another reason for that is because it suits us as a family. My kids are older now. They can go in the spa. They can go and do what they want. It fits as a family. So for that, it's worth every penny. We're going there this afternoon to sit by the pool. Do you know what I mean? And the kids can go and I can have me cappuccino and read me book. And you've got to think about the best investment for yourself. You've got to stop this cheap. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the confidence and the way you live your life just crashes down around you. And what you're trying to manifest only comes back in tiny little increments. So we go to this health club, okay? And I manifested all of that, by the way. There's been 2 months where I've struggled to pay it when I had a downfall with some clients earlier this year. The rest of the time, everything's come in. Right? And we go to this health club and the kids have a great time and it's all lovely and amazing. Okay. And I can work and do whatever from there. I can network as well. You've got your feet under the table. And there are the baby boomers, do my head in, have everything for free. Let's not go there. And they go in there, these women, and they use the hand pumps of cream for their body. They put it on their face, they put it on their body. It's not for that. It's a bit of hand cream and it's LMS, so they're beautiful products. And they rub their hand cream in and then they put it all over their body. Why not just go and treat yourself to a bottle of body cream? And I thought, do you know what, this Christmas, I'm going to go and buy them. I'm going to go and buy boxes of body cream and I'm going to put them on the shelf and I'm just going to say, help yourself. Seriously, because why are you doing that to yourself? But because, again, those women weren't taught to look after themselves. A lot of women, you know, some women I treat as a beauty therapist, they're desperate for a bit of body cream. So go on, love, have some of that. Put some on your legs. You know, they must be in agony when you've waxed all that dry skin off your legs. And this is the lack of self-worth. This is the lack of self-love. You're not going to buy yourself the body cream. You're not going to treat yourself to anything nice or invest in yourself at all because you don't believe you're worth it. Because the confidence and the braveness and the boldness is seen as you doing something good. The ego doesn't want you to do it. Now, there's a lot to think about there today, and I know it might well have been some real hard hitting truths. Okay. But I love you all, and I am here to serve you all. Okay. The body confidence coach. You can do it your bloody self. All right. Rewatch this video as many times as you need to. Spend some time on yourself. Sort out your power hour. I've had mine today. You know, I've taught myself something new. I'm learning how bloody Facebook has changed and how it's working. I'm checking in with customers and clients. I'm checking in with some things that are going on in the industry. And I have done it all before 9 o'clock this morning. After this live, I've got a few clients. I'm done for the day. I am in control. All right. So many blessings, Satnam, learn to know your truth. And all the best, my darlings. All the best. Tatia.